Here's the bees. Bunch of bees here. It's November, November 17th. And I'm just tripping out on these bees. I thought they would be done for the year. I don't know, do bees hibernate? I'm not sure how close I could get before they start like buzzing at me and like poking at me and telling me, better back off or we're gonna swarm ya. So if I could kind of sneak over here. I'm doing like a screen test also, and I'm going to do a little bit of a video for contextual stuff. This because my main video is going to be on my Timothy Damits YouTube channel. Just gotta cut this tip of this cigar off, and I'm gonna light it up. It smells pretty good. So most of my videos are screen test for context and other information. And I meant to have my sunglasses on, but this is only a test. If you guys enjoy what you hear, please like, subscribe, share this video. I'm not sure, I didn't script nothing. What I really wanted to do on my other video, and I hope I get a chance to do it, even though my niece says it drives her crazy, people talking about what they're going to do. Okay, well, let me just do it. I'm going to light a cigar first. Woo. Okay, so I'm gonna do a video resume, and I think this is going to be a very good idea to do. First of all, I don't know how far back you're supposed to go to do a resume. I don't know if it's supposed to be the last 10 years, the last 20 years, last 30 years. I think honestly my first job was 16. So that would be 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago. So my first job that I ever had, actually even before that, do I go as far back as when I used to do lawns, mowing grass, pulling weeds, turning soil, helping the neighborhood out and getting paid? I remember the big... Okay. So, gotta let the sirens go by in the neighborhood, running code. Don't know why they do it all the time, but they do. So maybe someone that's watching this video could tell me, how far do you take a resume back? The last 10 years, I've been a dialysis technician. Last 6 years with Fresenius. And before that was DaVita. So do I go back in time to do a resume? If anybody watches this video and you know the secrets to resumes, please let me know. I'm sure a lot of people is looking for a job right now because of the vid, the 1-9. I guess you say 19 like this in sign language, and if you do it like this, that's. Anyways, I think I already did that routine in another video, so let's try to keep this interesting. So, I am looking for another job. I know I gotta punch a clock. I mean, I'm not gonna be ever be able not to punch a clock because we all got bills. I'm very fortunate that I am a essential worker, so I was not without employment for almost 9 months. Anyways, this video is not about the 1-9. This video is about making a resume. What is the secret of making a resume? Is video resume a unique idea? Probably not. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. You can't invent anything like that. So, I left off in DaVita. Honestly, I don't care what DaVita says or whatever. At the time when I was working at DaVita, it was lousy. Management was terrible. And to this day, I still don't understand the whole idea of the operation of a business and the business of the business. The patient care and customer care. I know companies have to make money, and then they had a Prop 23 that just was on the last election thing. Prop 23, no on 23 because of the having doctors on staff. Anyways, you know, I don't know, something serious is happening when these dialysis business is being attacked almost every 2 years. I enjoy smoking cigars. I like beer. This one probably gonna make me feel dizzy and I go to sleep. I already was up since 1:30 in the morning because I'm learning to open at the job place. I'm open to learning new things. Is that a good thing to quote on a resume? Open to learning new things. So before DaVita, I did background acting. It was actually pretty cool. I had a little bit of success doing background acting. I was able to pay my car payment for 6 months. It wasn't a huge car payment. It was like 2 something, but still. I did that. Central casting. Now, when you want to do any background acting, you got to go get the COVID test, and then I haven't done any background acting for like 2 years probably. Ironically, it was called I'm Dying Up Here. Showtime channel show, I don't know, but I never got to see any of the episodes. But it's a concept about the comedy, the history of comedy, and I guess comedy based in LA and all that stuff. I got into dialysis. I was doing caregiving, or also I was helping out at an assisted living place at Linden Manor. Supposedly they weren't supposed to hire me again because when I worked at Linden Manor, 6 years before that, I was working night shifts and I fell asleep. I don't know if that's an important detail to share on a resume, but yeah. Hey, I'm weak just like anybody else. During the time I was having a lot of, that was when I first got married, and yeah, it was not a good time to work nights. Making American money while I was driving to Canada and living there. So I've been to Canada, and you know what? Ironically, I was thinking about this too, because I like my cerveza original. I never been to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico. I think it'd be fun to go to Mexico, but now I don't know. Because of the 19. Is the 19 ever going to go away? Supposedly it's going to go away, but you know, the whole thing, the more down the slippery trail you get, you'll be like, oh crap, you know, they're going to reset the country, and then no more cash, no more, no, they're going to switch everything to electric cars, no more gas-powered cars, and I like gas-powered cars. I got a Blazer, haven't even got running yet. Anyways, I intended to use these cigars for a prop so I could be doing comedy, but I could probably do comedy. I just have to be like loosen up, because I make people laugh at work. I use a lot of sarcasm at work, a quick wit, stuff like that. So before Linden Manor, so that was up in Washington State. Then before Washington State, I was in California, and I was working with adults with handicaps. I was working at Build Rehab. I was working at WAPADA, Whittier Area Parents Associations of Developmentally Handicapped Adults. I did that for 3 years. That was like probably my second record for longest work job. I mean, 6 years now. I mean, I'm 45 years old, so of course I probably should be working somewhere for a long period of time, but I'm still trying to figure out where to go with myself. I'm not really interested in going to school to learn anything, but I could do on-the-job training because I got bills to pay. I got a mouth to feed. Yeah, just one. My daughter's going to be 19 in February. This cigar is falling apart in the back. Look at this. What the heck? Not cool. How that happened? So before WAPADA, that puts me back in British Columbia, and that's where yeah, I was working, actually, I worked taxi cab, I drove taxi cab. I could probably do Uber no problem, but I don't have a car that's young enough, because I guess it can't be more than 10 years old. So don't know about that. I don't even know if that Prop 22 passed or failed or whatever. So this is basically a screen test. I'm going to do the real thing for this video for my Timothy Damits YouTube channel, and I'm going to try to be more coherent and more interesting, make my videos interesting. I'm not going to be smoking no cigar, because, you know, this is just kind of my casual, you know, drinking a beer, smoking a cigar. Complement each other pretty good. I like that. I'm enjoying this experience a lot more than when I did the last video about like artificial intelligence. Yeah, artificial intelligence. Is that something I could do a career in? Artificial intelligence, by definition, it's artificial. intelligence doing work, and doing algorithms and whatever, trying to find out the bad people on the internet or the good people. So like that. Trump, supposedly, allegedly, Trump got 80,000 votes. Not 70, but 80. That would be 80,000, no, 80 million. 80 with 6 zeros at the end. So by definition, that would have meant that Grandpa Joe only got 60 million. But the Trump campaign has a lot of work ahead of them, so I'm not getting my hopes up. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me who's in office, really. I mean, there's obviously, I think in this case, it's not bad and worse. I think it's a matter of good and bad. So before I was in Canada, I was working at an ambulance company. I drove ambulance probably 4 years total, between Cascade Ambulance, Lynch Ambulance, Bowers Ambulance, and I think that's pretty much covers all the ambulance companies I work for. Before that, I worked at Disneyland. Actually, I worked at Disneyland. Oh my gosh. Disneyland was an amazing job. I quit that job because I met the Canadian girl where part of my story went. But Disneyland was an amazing job. I could have been there. But then, ironically, I'm thinking, like, say if I had made my whole life and I was working at Disneyland at the time. Right now, I could probably be getting $20 an hour working in some capacity at Disneyland. But this pandemic hit, and what if I had a non-essential Disney job? Maybe I could be working security, because I'm sure they need security right now, just to watch the park and make sure no one's coming into the park and all this possibilities. But before Disneyland, I worked at the ambulance company. Before the ambulance company, I worked at gtech, gaming technologies. They go around and they repair and maintain lottery machines. That was it. That was an interesting job and everything. I like that. It was a good experience. Technical, driving, all that stuff. And then before that, I was working at I think that takes me all the way back to my first major job at Conroy's Flower Shop, and Conroy's Flower Shop's not even existing anymore. So anyways, I got to figure out how to do this online resume, and it probably has to be less than 10 minutes, less than 5 minutes. I don't know. If you're watching this, please leave a comment. Let me know what you would suggest about online resumes. Really, it's important to me because, I want to succeed. I've done pretty much everything I was supposed to do up to this point, so. The more footage I have, the more footage I have to edit and all that business, so try to make this quick. Ooh, computer monitors.